First off, like I said, call Allah, how bash me, shy bash me, but that's the honestly the pastor break stone. Shalom to you brothers what this. You're pushing the work with that. Since and in truth. You know this morning, you know, I was walking from my house and I realized, you know, I was just taking notice of the dog filth all over the street. You know, out here in Jamaica is different because dogs just walk loosely, you know. And I was saying to myself, you know, just as I have to be walking and skipping, trying not to step in filth. You know, that's what it's like, you know, living in this society as it is. You know, 'cause every corner you take, there is something else you have to be trying to avoid. You know, from the LGBTQ community, you have to try to avoid them. You know, other men doing kind of illegal things, you have to try to avoid it.
Avoid adulterous women.
Right, you have to be avoiding women, you know, trying to make you commit adultery. Men trying to bring you into adultery conversations. You know, so whichever corner you take, you know, there is always something. Right, and you know, yeah, and these men that say they profess in Israel. You know, they say they profess in Israel, but at the same time, they're going to say that you have another 30 years, 20 years. You know, some saying another 1,000 years in this society. You're crazy, right? And it just got to show. It just got to show where your spirit. Oh yeah, use that one. You just got to show where your spirit truly lies. Right, because you want to be a part of this filthy society, right? I think it's Jeremiah 4:22. Right, it's Jeremiah 4 verse 22. It says, "For my people are foolish; they have not known me. They are such as children; they have none understanding. They're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge." Because what is good? What is good is to hope and pray for the destruction of this society, as is. Right? As the act said, the Lord is good. The law, Salakia, the law is good. Right? But you know, everything else, you know, is just gonna lead you to destruction. Right? It's gonna lead to your decease. Whether you want to believe it, yes or no. And to those scoffers, the precept I had up first is just prick me to start that way. Right? But you know, they come and they scoff and they laugh thinking that we're gonna, you know, back down from this truth, but we're not gonna back down from this truth. You know, even more so as the time, you know, come to an end, we're not going to back down. We're going to keep pushing it more and more until that day, you know, when the Lord come and deliver us. Find out how you spot that line with it. Just spot that line with it. Right? Until the Lord come and deliver us. Right? We're not going to, you know, shy away or you know, or try to be loved like them walkie-talkie Christian groups, right? That's not what we're about, right? We're not going to back down because you know what? We're going to stick to what the Lord said we should, right? That Peter up in 2 Peter 3:3 said, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Right, and saying where's the promise of his coming. Yeah, that is the reason why they're talking about 30 years from now, 20 years from now. You know, because they don't believe in the promise that the Lord promised. Right, they believe in something else. They believe in them own, you know, them own agenda, feeding them own belly. Right, that's all them. You know, that's the main concern. You know, see them can build soup kitchen, have land blitz and all of that. Wait, what do you think all that's for? That is you think that is of the Lord? No. Right, the Lord said, the Lord talk about the testimony of Yahushua. What is the testimony of Yahushua? Is the spirit of prophecy. Right, it's not about no soup kitchen, right, or you know, land blitz or trying to, you know, create this utopia, you know, by yourself. The Lord already promised us a utopia, right? The Lord already promised us Aidan, which in the translation is Eden. Right, which is pleasure. The Lord already promised us that. Right, the Lord said, I go to prepare a place for you. You know, not and that wasn't Nate, that was the Lord, right? So Nate and his cronies can do whatever they want, right? But to what end, right? The Lord is not with that, right? The Lord promised us a place outside of this place, outside of this corrupt society, right? And the scripture say, everyone, he said, put a mark upon them that sign that cry for the abominations thereof, right? That's taking place out here, in the world, right? And as we mentioned, some of them things in the beginning of the video, like them, the adultery, the homo business, right? There, and hey, what take place right now, privilege in Jamaica is even witchcraft, right? If you hear them song, them DJs sing talking about it always started from Vibes Cartel with them Freemason thing, and it evolved to there's another one, some of them are that hang with him talking about demons, uncle demon, father devil, whatever. Then it evolved into who's working Obia, right, witchcraft, talking about God rings and how much devils they have in their rings and so forth. So it keep evolving, right? The wickedness of this place keep evolving, and all it's doing is waxing worse and worse, right? No more than ever we should be praying to get out of this place rather than trying to stay here to do what, right? But see, the problem is you have no faith, right? You have no faith. You keep wanting to see to believe, right? You keep wanting to see, but the Lord is not about that. The Lord is about faith, right? Just as Abraham and just as Noah, right? Where they believed that what the Lord said is going to come to pass, and that is how they reap the reward. He said it was counted unto Abraham as righteousness. The faith that he had, the belief that the Lord is going to deliver, was counted unto him as righteousness, right? So just having faith alone, right, it push you a very long way, right? But then Paul talk about show me thy work, show me thy works, and I show you my faith, my work by my faith, or my faith by my works, right? Just paraphrasing, right? But so you're gonna have action, you're gonna perform actions, once you have that faith, right? And that's what's important. That's what's important. Having the faith, and doing the relevant things that come with faith. The scripture says, be not hearers of the words only, but doers also. So hearing what to do is one thing, but actually doing it is another. He said him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is wickedness, or something to that effect, right? Okay, you know what to do, you got to do it, right? You can't be sitting around, doing your own thing when the Lord's work is out there to be done, right? Since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. And that's the same mindset that they had in the time of Noah. That's the same mindset that they had in the time of when Lot was there in Sodom and Gomorrah. That was the same mindset they have, right? So today they were saying, oh, hey, no, there's going to be no rain from we know ourselves. There hasn't been something like that. Why think it's going to happen now, right? But Noah believes that what the Lord said he's going to do, right? And Noah held out, right? And Noah prophesied unto them for years, right? Until the floods came. Hey, and then it was too late. And that's the same situation we're in right now, right? We're prophesying to you, you're scoffing, but guess what? That flood of fire is going to come and it's going to devour all of y'all, right? You best believe it. Well, not all of y'all, because some of you are going to go by sword, bullet wound. Some of you are going to go by famine and so forth. But you can't avoid it. It's coming. So what do you want to believe, yes or no? It says in Romans, what if some do not believe? Shall it make their unbelief make the faith of God look effect, just paraphrasing. God forbid. This is just a quick one, and for them scoffers, but until the next one, shalom.